I've been playing TCGs for about a decade now, and there are a few mistakes that not just myself, but a lot of new players do that can be avoided. So these are the top 5 mistakes you should avoid when you enter TCGs. So I'd say the first mistake would be choosing the latest or the new deck. So what I've noticed is, especially when it comes to new players, that you've been playing for a while, you are not getting the results that you are getting with the deck that you just got, and you know what? You decide, you see a new deck, and you're like, no, I'm going to play this new meta deck, and I'm going to win more games. That could happen, but the thing is, if you're still new, you still don't know the basics, number one. Number two, that deck could actually be pretty expensive. So you might spend a fortune trying to get the new deck and you don't get the results that you want to get. And that might even stop you from playing the game altogether. And that's not what we want. We want players to enjoy themselves. We want players to keep playing the game. But I think the one thing that a player should do, especially a new player, is that don't focus too much on getting the new or the meta deck. Yes, it might be doing well, but I think the best thing you can do as a new player, or a player that has just come back, or a player that's been playing for quite some time, I think what you should be doing is rather find counters for that deck. So every deck will have a counter. Yes, it might be the best deck in that format, but I think the best thing you can do is find cards or a rogue deck that counters the specific meta or the deck that is really popular at the moment. It's way cheaper on your wallet, and you still get to learn how to play the deck that you wanted to play or the meta. So mistake number 2 would be not testing or over testing. So if you're new to a deck or you're new to the game, I think the best thing you can do, especially when you want to go to like a major event, like be it a regional or a treasure cup or something, you want to actually test the deck that you're playing, especially when you want to know how to play against specific decks that you are more than likely to find in that event. So you want to do those tests and to try and figure out what your weaknesses are, what your strengths are, if you are misplaying where you shouldn't. And then there's the over testing. So this usually happens when you want to improve in your major events, especially when you did well in a previous event, but you want to do even better. So you will keep testing the deck that you want to bring to the event, and sometimes when you over test, you tend to make the mistakes that you wouldn't necessarily make when you're just playing normally. You need to have a balance. So test your deck out against the decks that you will find in the event, but also take a step back, take a break, and be satisfied with the result that you got from your testing. Mistake number 3 would be ignoring the fundamentals. So you have been playing a deck for quite some time. You've loved how the deck plays, and you realize that there's a new deck that you really want to try out. That's awesome. You want to experiment when it comes to the TCG space, but what players tend to do is they tend to forget the fundamentals. You would see on YouTube this one guy, he has this crazy deck that has a 1-card combo. Now you want to try it out, and you forget the fundamentals like your resource management, your timing, your sequencing, all of those stuff. And now what you see on YouTube is not what you're getting live. And again, that will tend to stop people from playing, because you see people with these crazy combos and these crazy plays, and then you can't do them yourself. It's because you forgot the fundamentals. You forgot the basics of the game, and if you forget those, then you won't be having fun. You will not enjoy yourself. So guys, stick with the fundamentals, whether you're updating a deck that you are playing currently or you are shifting to a new deck, stuff remains the same. Mistake number 4 would be copy and paste. What I mean by that is you've just picked up a deck list online, you've seen that it is top 10 event, and you decide, you know what, I'm going to take this deck list to a locals and win the locals. Yes, that could happen, but if you do not know how the deck functions or the specific reasons as to why that player picked those specific cards, then chances of you actually winning those events are highly unlikely. So yes, it's okay. You can pick up that specific list, but do some more research when it comes to why the player picked those specific cards and understand the lines so you know when you go to your locals, when you are playing the specific deck, you do not misplay. You do not miss your timing, your sequencing, just like as I've mentioned in the fundamentals. So you can, catch those dubs. And the 5th mistake, and I would say is probably one of the biggest mistakes that we make as TCG players, is trying to go solo. So not having a community or a group that you play with. I think the best players usually have a group of people that they play with, because you can't necessarily test by yourself. Yes, we do have the resources to test online, but it's best to have a group of people that can help you when it comes to either deck building, testing, getting like tech options and advice, especially when you're a new player, because there are probably some interactions that you might not even know that all the players will know, and it's best to have that knowledge. And even if you do not have that live community, there are groups that you can join that will be able to help you out, like Facebook groups that play the deck that you're playing. There are Reddit forums that you can just ask for advice and they'll be able to help you. There are some Discords where you can join and just play some maybe some live events and could assist you in improving your game. So as a new player, these are mistakes that you should avoid. And if you've been playing this for a while, then these are mistakes that you should learn from and improve your game. Because at the end of the day, we are card. Avoiding these mistakes will improve our experience.